Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name's Argonaut, and throughout last year, I've played a few games and had a few review videos about them, and now with 2025 at its end, I'm going to take this time to look back at the top 5 games I played throughout the year. Now, before I get started, I have to say, these games weren't all released last year, but I played and made a video about them last year. But, with all that introduction out of the way, let's get started. At number 5 would have to be Kena Bridge of Spirits. I'd only loosely heard of it by word of mouth, and bought it years back on a sale, and it rotted in my digital library until recently. This game was surprisingly fun. It had a fair amount of difficulty, the story feels like a Disney movie almost, and even gets surprisingly dark at a few points. And even with being able to use the rot to help you fight, it still felt really fair and balanced. 10 out of 10, would play again. Although, from what I've heard, this game most likely won't get a sequel, although I'd really like to hope the studio doesn't go that route. At number 4, we have Sonic X Shadow Generations. Now, let's be real here, Sonic's needed to turn things around for a while, and back in 2022 with Frontiers, it was actually some steps towards the right direction. It wasn't perfect, but it was still a lot of fun. And, improving upon that came Sonic X Shadow Generations. I mean, the Shadow part might as well be half a game that you can sit down and beat in about 5 hours. But, gameplay-wise, they really improved upon what Sonic Frontiers did. The stages were fun, Shadow's abilities gave you a lot of options to get through a stage, which offers a lot of replayability. His Doom powers I generally have no complaints about. You know, besides the fact that the game could have taught you how to use Doom Morph a bit better. And it had a deeper story than usual. The only thing I hated about this game was trying to find all the screws in Doom space, since this game gives you no real way to keep track of them all. I honestly can't wait for the next mainline Sonic game if it's anything like this in Frontiers. At number 3, we have Stellar Blade. Okay, Stellar Blade really surprised me. I didn't really look up anything about this game beforehand, so I thought this game was just going to be a nothing burger of a game about an overly sexualized girl running around in a bikini, with a cheap excuse for combat gameplay thrown on top. My girlfriend ended up buying this game for me as a Christmas gift, and boy, the story is actually pretty interesting, and the gameplay is actually pretty fun, and has a fair amount of challenge behind it. Not to mention you have so many customization options, from all the moves that you can use, and even the outfits that you can have Eve wear. And the music for this game was just so good. I have so many songs saved onto my Spotify. I'm heavily looking forward to the sequel to this game. At number 2, we have Astrobot. I actually almost put this as my number 1 game. Going in, I didn't know what to expect of Astrobot. I only got it because it won Game of the Year back in 2024, and I happened to see it on sale. But, in a word, this game is just plain fun. It might as well be a glorified tech demo using every feature the PS5 has to offer, but that doesn't stop it from being a hell of a lot of fun. Not to mention all the nostalgia it hits you with as you go, with all the PlayStation characters from the past. Even the story had me wanting to shed a tear near the end. If you played it, then you know the part that I'm talking about. And then, on top of everything else, Team SOB gave us a whole bunch of free DLC for the game. I honestly can't wait for the next Astrobot game if there ever is one. And finally, at number 1, oh, you should know this one, but it's Expedition 33. I gave into the hype and bought this game, and as someone that loves turn-based RPGs, I was a fan. This game doesn't exactly reinvent the wheel, but it sure gives you a lot of customization to it. You're able to customize each move your character is able to use, giving you so much freedom. And if your party gets wiped out, you're actually able to use your backup party members as a last stand. Not to mention, each character has their own unique gameplay style for variety. Also, whether you get hit or not all comes down to you and how well you time your dodge against opponents' attacks. Not to mention, you can customize your characters even further with all the Lumina you find. I mean, can you just imagine if, say, Pokemon had gameplay like this, instead of more or less just recycling the same gameplay they've been doing since the 90s? And all of this isn't even mentioning that Expedition 33 has a really unique story where you would never guess the ending, despite all the breadcrumbs laid out to you. But I digress. Clearly, you can see that I love this game, and I also can't wait to see what the dev studios own next. But these were my top 5 games of 2025. Let me know in the comments, what were your favorite games of 2025? Or if you have anything you're looking towards playing in 2026. Truthfully, I may give Silk Song a try sooner or later, but if you like this video and want to keep up with me, then feel free to click that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. And on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching, and Happy New Year to all!